Hello and welcome to Doubles and Trebles. We're here to look at the Easter Friday action, but first things first, week one of the flat season at Doncaster last week, and we managed to put up a couple of winners. It's not going to last long, so we might as well talk about it while we can. First selection of the season, Horswell Duke, 12-1 winner. Second selection of the season, 9-1, Eraz, each way placed. Third selection of the season, Jimi Hendrix, was absolutely awful. And at the time of recording the video, and you would have seen on screen, Horswell Duke was actually available at 14-1, but by the time I uploaded the video, it was cut into 12. So I put 12 in the description, and 12 will go on the profit and loss. Anyway, on to Good Friday. It was only 7 or 8 years ago there was no racing at all on Good Friday in the UK, and that still remains the case in Ireland. There's no racing on Good Friday in Ireland, but nowadays we've got 21 races from 3 venues, 9 races on ITV, Newcastle and Lingfield on the all-weather, and Bath on the turf. Lower level graded racing at Bath, but the prize money has been boosted there, and they've been absolutely bowled over with entries, but no selections or previews of Bath. We're going to concentrate our efforts on Newcastle. That's where the quality is. It's all-weather championship finals day. Not usually my bread and butter on the all-weather, but there's plenty of good horses to be running this Friday. And the listed Burradon Stakes is a race I really have grown to quite like over the last few years. And that's where we'll start. That is at 1:15 from Newcastle. It's not on ITV, the Burradon, but it should be, in my opinion. 3-year-old straight mile. They should call this race the Northumberland Guineas. That's only a wind up. But yeah, only William Hill available on the odds at the moment. The Gosdens have had 2 runners in this race in 4 renewals. It's only been run 4 times this race. The Gosdens have ran 2. They've won once and finished a close 4th on the other occasion. So that makes Obelix, as you can see there, second favourite in at 4-1. An interesting runner. He's one of 9 Gosden entries in the 2000 Guineas currently. He won over course and distance by 7 lengths when we last saw him. The form of that, looks pretty poor, let's be honest, but he could have hardly won any easier. It was over 7 lengths. That was at Newcastle, like I say, over course and distance at the back end of last year. It is a wide open race. It's 3-1 the field. Obelix is 4-1. That would be my idea of the winner. It's not necessarily an each way bet, but we're going to wait for other suppliers to go up with the prices there. There's just no prices yet because it is not on ITV. So Obelix is going to be the first selection on the day there. I'm going to put a word in as well for Flight Plan, although I won't be backing it or selecting it. Carl Burker's put in a good word in his stable tour for Flight Plan, who won last time out as well. So a good race, and it has chucked up a good winner or two in the last few years, the Burradon Stakes. On to the 150 at Newcastle, the first race on ITV4. Plenty of prices on Oddschecker, as you can see. Looks tricky. There's a mixed bag of official ratings, and quite a lot of the races on all weather finals day are conditions races. For the purposes of this race, it means that 7 of the 10 runners carry 9 stone 7, and the other 3 carry £5 less at 9 stone 2. I'm looking at one of those who carries the lighter weight in this race, and that's Hello Queen. Now, on official ratings, she has got a lot to do, but she looks like a horse well on the up. She's already been out twice this year with the 2 1s next to her name, as you can see, and she's won twice this year. And she just strikes me as a horse that hasn't stopped improving yet. This is a significant step up on what she's done so far. They've been in novice races, those wins so far this year, but she was a course and distance winner last time out. She's available at 14-1, 4 places. I do think that she's an improver, and she's going to have to improve to get past some of these who've got better form in the book from last year and this. The likes of Should Have Been a Ring, winning at Newbury last year, for example. New Definition was a very, very close second in a good race earlier this year on the all-weather for James Tate. She's going to have to step up this Hello Queen, but I think she's bred to do so. She looks like she's doing so, and Kevin Ryan's got off to a decent enough start so far from a handful of runners this year. So I do like Hello Queen in that one, 14-1 each way, and you'll get 4 places if you shop around. The 225 is a no bet race for me. It's a long distance race. I've not really got much interest, but those are the runners and riders on the screen there. You've got With Hold, a former Cesarewitch winner there. The veteran, I think, has won at Royal Ascot as well. Berkshire Rocco, not to be confused with one that I'm putting up later in similar colours with the same jockey on. But yeah, there will be some interest from viewers of the channel, but just not from myself. I've just thought I would just cover that quickly. On to the 3 o'clock. The Easter Classic looked really quite difficult to me. I mean, the market leaders are both trained by John and Thady Gosden, Forest of Dean and Harrovian. But, I mean, they might both be talented on their day, but ultimately I think they're unreliable for betting purposes, in my opinion. Yeah, Forest of Dean is hit and miss, as you can see in his profile. He's been out twice this year. He was a hit, finishing first, and then in the Winter Derby, he was a miss, finishing sixth, a long way behind Lord North, as most horses would be in that race. But yeah, he's 7-4 favourite. Harrovian's in at 11-4. There's only 6 runners, so no each way angle as such. For those interested, I've got an opinion from regular viewer Dale Nichols, who has been on to me today. He loves the all-weather and he fancies this Free Scope, who's in at third favourite there, 5-1. He's coming over from Ireland, trained by Joseph O'Brien. No, sorry, he's not trained by Joseph O'Brien, but he is coming over from Ireland. O'Sheenor, local as in an English base jockey, taking the ride. Dale was telling me that Free Scope, when we last saw him at Dundalk, at the back end of last year, he was a pretty nice handicap winner before some fruitless tries in Maidan. He's been to Maidan 3 times this year for this Free Scope, 5th, 7th, and 8th. Clearly doesn't like the green stuff in Maidan and prefers the all-weather surface. He's going to get that at Newcastle. He's back on the all-weather. Dale thinks he's a decent bet in there at 11-2. Make of that what you will. On to the 3:35. I do like, this is the bet of the day coming up here, and like I said earlier, Berkshire Rocco in the earlier race, the 225, not to be confused with bet of the day, Berkshire Shadow. Same colours, same jockey, same connections. Yeah, there's no awards for originality. He is 6-4, but I just think he wins this race. Campaigned at a pretty high level behind some good horses in 2022. Ran in 2 Group 1s, Group 3s, etc. Ran really, his probably career best effort was at Royal Ascot in the Group 1 there behind Caribus, the St James's Palace Stakes. Yeah, I just think he's the top quality horse in this race. The conditions of the race suit him. He doesn't give any weight away, and he is the best horse on official ratings. He won a nice listed race at Wolverhampton 27 days ago. Showed his fitness. Showed his still training on. Still loving the game now as a 4-year-old. He just looks a really straightforward horse to me, this Berkshire Shadow. And he should be winning a race like this, in my opinion. He'll definitely be the bet of the day at 6-4. Well, that's a quick run through there of the Good Friday card. Thanks for those that tuned in last week. Hopefully 1 or 2 of you backed a couple of win and a nice winner and a nice placed horse. And hopefully we might be back soon with some more previews of the Saturday racing, Easter Saturday at Musselburgh on the flat. And then it's going to be pretty quiet next week as the Grand National takes centre stage. Thanks for watching and speak soon.